G'day, mate. G'day, and welcome to the Outback Chamber, all the way from Australia. Huh. I got a shrimp and a barbie, got some koala bears, got some kangaroos. So this show came on, 4 a.m., and I was not about to wake up for that, mate. That's why I'm calling it the Outback Chamber. It's not the Elimination Chamber, it's the Outback Chamber, mate. So let's get ready to start this show. But yes, Elimination Chamber, Perth, Australia. We didn't get any kangaroos, unfortunately, in the Elimination Chamber. That would have made it better. It's like I said, if you can fight a kangaroo in Tekken, you can fight a kangaroo in real life. It is possible, depending how tall you are or how big you are. Like my co-host here, you think you can fight a kangaroo, right?
No,
Sure about that? You kind
not at
of
all.
a big dude.
Nah.
Trust me, I tell Steven, he can do it too. He can, like Shaggy, he can fight the kangaroo. He's tall enough to do it. Dude, it's
Man,
like a kangaroo's like what, 6'6" something? Like Steven's like 6'8". So I'm telling you, he can do it.
man, look, I ain't no kangaroos with that tall.
I think they're that tall.
Man, dang,
Listen, if you
they
play
some
Tekken,
animals.
it's like Tekken. You can fight a kangaroo in Tekken. You can fight him in real life.
I hope you don't come with boxing gloves either.
Dude, it'd be easier.
Yeah, you could take away those little claws that you got.
Yeah, take away the claws. You just deal with boxing gloves. So there you go. You can fight a kangaroo for real. You a big dude. You can do it.
Nah, I don't think so. I'll stay away from those dangerous things.
I know they jump high and they can kick you, but you just got to come back with your own kick.
Do you know that kangaroo lure people into the water? I mean, lure animals to the water
Yeah,
just to drown them.
yeah, I saw that. They tried to do it to a dog one time, I heard.
That's one of their little special moves right there.
They lure you into the water. Yeah, I'm not going in the water with a kangaroo, but yeah, I think it was a clip. They saved the dog, but they tried to drown the dog while
Uh-huh.
the kangaroo like led the dog in and tried to drown it. That's some serial killer type stuff right there. Yeah, kangaroos, deadly animal. But I'm telling you, you can't fight one though. You can. But yes, the Elimination Chamber. Let my co-host introduce himself with his review.
Oh man. Hey, thanks a lot again. Man, this straight face 40. Man, back at it again. I had fun today. I guess today, not tonight. But I want
Yes,
to wake it up early for this pay-per-view.
same here. I wasn't about to wake up like 3, 4 a.m. to watch it. I got up probably about 8:30 and I watched it, and I
I
finished
wanted
probably about 11:30.
oh, okay. Yeah, it was a I wouldn't say super long, but it was four, like what was it, 5 matches? 4 matches,
Yeah,
five?
yeah, it was a kickoff. Yeah, it was a kickoff match.
I actually watched the kickoff match too. I actually did. I actually watched it. I can't
I
believe I did. I
I
watched it though.
I honestly was about to skip it because but then I was like, all right, let's just see what happens. Like I know who was gonna win because the kickoff match was Indy Hartwell, who is from Australia. So okay, I get it. She's from Australia, and Candice LeRae versus the Kabuki Warriors. I figure Asuka and Kyrie were gonna win, but
Yeah.
like me going into this match, I didn't really care. Like I get because
Mm,
Indy was there and she was gonna get a good reaction and stuff, but then again, what I've seen out of a lot of these women's tag matches lately, especially if they
yeah.
on Raw, the crowd
It,
does not give a fuck.
it's like 2-3 minutes, but for the most part, sometimes this has been the longest. It was the longest women's tag team match that I've seen in quite some time. They only get them like probably 2-3 minutes, and boom, get your ass out there, boom, do your stuff.
They
You
had
know.
like 9 minutes out here.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's the longest one that I've seen in a minute. This has been the longest, one of the longest women tag team matches I've seen in a minute. But yeah,
True.
it was a little decent little match. I was like, actually, I just wanted to see the reaction to Indy. That's what I really wanted to see, how they were gonna react to Indy.
Same. I just wanted to see if Indy was gonna get a good reaction given she was from Australia. kind of all I wanted to see, and that was it. Because like I did not really care about this. I don't even know why they had a tag title shot. Then again, I'm like I just didn't care. Okay, like it's the women's tag title, so I knew a lot of people weren't gonna give a fuck.
Me either. Yeah, that's how I felt too. I like I said, I just came to see how they were gonna react to Indy. And after that, I was just basically like not even really paying attention to it until
Same.
end of the fight, and bam. Then I was like, all right, cool. That get on with the chamber.
Yeah, cause I was like, know what, this too early for this. I'm just gonna go to the chamber match. I'm like, I'm not about to. It's like I don't care. Like you said, just hit with a reaction. I don't really care. I'm not gonna go into a burial damage control right now again. But I don't I don't care. Like I don't. But they retain the tag titles. That's all that needs to be known. But
No,
let's move into the actual elimination chamber. The women's elimination chamber, still daytime out there in Australia. Really good setting and whatnot. But Michael Cole and Corey Graves on commentary. Obviously, this elimination chamber was to determine who was going to get a shot at the women's title against Rhea Ripley. Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, Tiffany Stratton, Naomi, and Raquel Gonzalez. You know, one thing I will say about this, and this is with WWE sometime, and I think I may have already addressed this. I wonder sometime why they keep changing everybody's theme song and it sounds worse. Like, I don't know why they
yeah,
gave Tiffany new music. That didn't make sense. Naomi could have kept her original music. Honestly, I don't be understanding these new music choices sometimes. It's really bad.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. When Naomi first came out to the Royal at the Royal Rumble, I was about to get ready to sing the theme song to the Glow. And then all of a sudden, I hear something different. I was like, "What is this? What is this? Like, why do y'all do this, man? Like, yeah,
Yeah, I don't be understanding why they changed the music. Even Stratton, like, why they give her new music for? Like, I didn't understand that. Naomi's music just sound like it's just really loud. Like Naomi shit is just
yeah,
it's just loud. That's just kind of it. So that's why I be kind of questioning like some of the music choices when people be coming back or they debut. It's like, can we just stick with the original? Like I'm sorry. Like I've been saying this for a while with several other people, but like a prime example I can give is like Carlito. Like y'all should just let him keep his original music. Like this dance salsa music is trash. I'm sorry, it's trash.
it is. It's bad. I don't like it either.
Like it's very bad. So I don't like the music. But we did start off the elimination chamber with Becky and Naomi, and I'm not gonna go through every spot here. There was some cool stuff we did see throughout the chamber because I know the third person in there was Stratton. Um, because damn, who I'm trying to remember the order. I know 4 was Liv Morgan, 5 was I think it was Raquel, and then 6 was Bianca. But like I said, you did have some cool spots here and there. I'm trying to remember all of them. I know Tiffany did like a swan time off the top of the pod, which was
Yeah,
kind of cool on to everybody. I know they tried to use the chamber, and I know with the elimination chamber nowadays, like some would say it's not as dangerous as it once was. I know the chamber is different, obviously, to be safer for everybody. Because yes, the elimination chamber was very brutal years ago before they, made the whole design look different by making it look a little bit higher so people can jump off the pods and having padding on the ground. Because let's remember, this supposed to be like, steel chain, very unforgiving steel chain. And yeah, elimination chamber was very brutal. Very
yeah,
brutal. It's not brutal as it once was, okay? Everybody's not bloody out there or damn near maiming people or glass and stuff. It is safer, and I get why. I get it. It's been like that for some years now, but like they tried to use the chamber for what it was, especially jumping off the pods. I know the first elimination was because what Naomi did, like what was it? Like a senton, not a senton, but like she jumped out the pod and kind of like put like a sunset flip, and I think it was on damn, who was it on? Liv Morgan, and then Tiffany just came out with the pin and eliminated Naomi, which I mean Steve was talking about it. He was like Naomi just kind of felt like an afterthought after she got eliminated. It's like she was there and now she's gone.
yeah. It's like she had a good showing. Don't get me wrong, because she did some good spots out there. And but I kind of figured she was gonna be the first one go. Now I knew that. I was telling my cousin that we were watching it. I was like, I think this is how it's supposed to have went. Because here's the thing, you want a good showing out of Naomi, but you want a good showing out of everybody else. So you get her out the way, then you get all the other high flying stuff from Tiffany Stratton. That gonna be your high flyer throughout the whole match after Naomi leave. Because
Basically.
to me, I ain't gonna lie to you, the MVP of that match, I would give it up to Tiffany Stratton because she did a lot of stuff in that match. She sold a lot. She did a lot of things. I mean, she was really. I would say she was my MVP of that match. And she was really, she stood out.
She had a very good showing. Yeah, I definitely agree. A very good showing out there. Cause she probably was like what, maybe the second, third person eliminated. Cause she did end up getting eliminated by Liv Morgan. And the fans were with Tiffany because they even booed at Liv Morgan when she eliminated Tiffany.
Because Tiffany had just did that Swanton bomb off the top of the pie. So right after that, you eliminated her. So they were looking like, God damn, we wanted to see more. How dare you take her away from us? You know, because she was just killing out there. But yeah,
Yeah,
she had a good showing. Real
yeah,
talk.
she had a very good showing though. So like that was good. Cause right after that, what? Cause what Raquel? I know she did like a double like what Chicago bomb onto Becky and Liv, and then Bianca came with the KOD, which yeah, once Bianca went in there, just start murdering folks. Bianca hit the KOD, took out Raquel then, and kind of then going close to the end. I know there's a lot of people reversing finishers, but Liv Morgan ended up rolling up Bianca and eliminating her, and then immediately Becky hit the the manhandle slam onto Liv Morgan and won the Elimination Chamber, and will go to WrestleMania. Which honestly, this whole like we all know who was gonna win this. Like they've been calling Becky and Ripley for a while now. They've literally thrown it in our faces for like over a month or two now. Like we've been knowing this was gonna happen because I went into this whole chamber match basically saying, yeah, Becky will win, because everybody else I knew they weren't gonna win. Like Naomi just got back, but she'll have a good showing. Tiffany just got to the main roster. She'll have a good showing. Raquel just got back. She'll have a good showing. Um, Liv Morgan, whatever, honestly. Um, I think I named everybody. Bianca obviously was gonna look strong in this too. Even though I know some will argue with Liv Morgan pinning Bianca, but it was like an out of nowhere type of pin, so I get it. Um, I did like Steven's idea of it though. He kind of told me when we was talking about it that he would have just kind of done it a little bit different. I don't know, with maybe Becky rolling up Bianca or
No,
something, and then kind of still taking out Liv Morgan to get the win.
no. And see I have to. I would respectfully disagree. I think that was the perfect way to do it. Because here's the thing: she just didn't pin Bianca. She just didn't do her special move and just pin her clean. It was out of nowhere. Remember when Bianca went for the KOD to Becky? Becky moved out the way. Bianca trying to grab her like, "Oh, come here, come here, come here." And then that's when Liz came out of nowhere and whoop, come here, 1, 2, 3. It was all. It was no. That was a surprise. But Bianca, her whole focus was on Becky. And once Becky got out the KOD, she tried to grab Becky back, pull her back, and then that's when Liv came in and 1, 2, 3. And it wasn't like Liv was just dominant and just whoop Bianca and just came out of nowhere with the Oblivion and hit her like nah. And then now you leave Becky and Liv, so Liv could get now she got beat clean in the ring with her with a special move. See, that's the kind of I was kind of making fun of that too when I was talking to my cousin. I like, see, that's the difference between the 85 overall and the 95 overall. See, the 95 overall got a roll up here. The 85 overall
Yeah,
got the finisher put on them. That's the difference between the overalls right there. Because my cousin wanted to know. He's like, man, so he like you. I see Liv is at an 85. Like, and she good at an 85 because guess what? She's that person that's in the middle. We don't we don't really look at her as a top star, but we know she not no throwaway weakling at the same time. So we put her at the 85 instead of nowhere near the 90. And I
True.
like and that I
Uh,
like man, the Becky winning with the manhandle slam on her, that was good. I want to see the manhandle slam on Bianca. I didn't want to see that. Mm-mm-mm.
like I said, Bianca still looks strong. It's just like I said, it was just a roll up pin, so it didn't really, make her. It's not like she just beat decisively out there. It's just like it was a roll up. It was out of nowhere. It wasn't decisively by Becky. It was just Liv Morgan just rolling up, and that was it. And then Liv Morgan got immediately eliminated right after that.
Man, what I say immediately, she 1, 2, 3, she turned around, manhandle slam. I'm like,
Boom.
I was on the flow with that one. I was like, come on. They like, man, we gotta hurry up, y'all. Come on, speed it up. Man, but Becky, but like I said before the show even started, bro, just give me what I want. And I knew Becky was going to win, and I wanted Becky to win. Yeah, Becky going to lose at WrestleMania. That's all it is. That's all it's going to be. And Becky better lose at WrestleMania. And Becky better
Oh,
not win.
you think she's gonna lose at WrestleMania?
She better not win.
Well, I actually may thought she was gonna win possibly.
She don't need it. Rhea
Yep.
do.
Yeah, but like the way they putting this story up, saying like I must win because I'm not the man like I used to be, or something like that. Honestly, like going into this, like I know they've been going with the whole Becky versus Rhea thing at WrestleMania. When I remember last year after WrestleMania, at first I actually thought they were gonna build towards Bianca and Rhea and whatnot. Like that would probably be even a bigger match in my opinion, hell of a match and whatnot. But obviously that's not going to happen now. I do believe Bianca will still get the WrestleMania somehow going against somebody because I'm not gonna lie, because we knew Becky was gonna win, but at the same time I still kind of had like Bianca kind of on my card winning at the same time too, because I look, you still want to see a four-peat. Like they already got Bianca three-peat, so four-peat to WrestleMania, but that'll probably have to go into a different way now. But like we all knew it was going to be Becky winning this whole thing. Like I said, they've thrown it in front of our faces for over a few months now.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Here's the thing. I will have what the way I look at the field. I like they kind of set it up for us to know it was going to be Becky, no doubt about it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
And
yeah,
like, and then with Bianca, see, Bianca is good enough to plug in whatever match you want her to have with whoever you want her to have it with. She that superstar now. But if you would have built Bianca and Rhea from the time they were building Becky and Rhea, yeah, that would have made a lot more sense. It would have been bigger. Yeah, I would have
true.
definitely with you. But since
Only
they didn't pull the trigger, if they would have called themselves trying to pull the trigger now, that would have it would have been as big.
true, and I got to remember, like, I know they were both on different shows as it is, anyways, and both titles they had were on different shows. Even though I'm not going to go into a whole brand split thing right now because it's like it doesn't really matter at this point. But you told me that a long time ago. But yeah,
Do
they they
that.
cou- they could have if they wanted to, but like you said, they didn't. So, like I said, that's why they're going with the direction they got going now. And it's like you said, like Becky was gonna win this anyways. Like everybody else involved, like I explained before, they either just got back or they just got there. Like that, like
Mhm.
I just explained it because I'm like, and like I said, Bianca's kind of like Teflon, so it's like she'll look strong either way and whatnot, but she's not gonna lose decisively and whatnot. So that's why I was kind of like everybody else either got back or just knew or and everything. Like even Liv getting pinned, I wasn't surprised, but it's kind of like I said with Liv Morgan earlier. I'm just kind of like whatever at the same time. But overall, it was still a really good match. Like definitely enjoyed the chamber match in general.
Yeah, I did. That was a good match.
Definitely enjoyable match. Next, though, was the tag team titles on the line. Judgment Day, Damian Priest and Finn Balor versus Peter Dune and Tyler Bate, the Guru, or now they are called the New Catch Republic.
That makes sense
Uh,
when
I
they
get
put
it.
the name today, Michael Cole, and I was like, all right, cool, it makes sense. It probably a catch on. It probably a catch on.
Well, we'll see. I don't mind it. I don't mind it.
Right, it's not bad. It's not a bad name. It's not a bad name.
The New
But
Catch Republic.
man, they poured out all the stops for this match. I ain't gonna need a lot to you. The heel Dominic thing was all in this match. They did a lot for this match. They poured out all the bells and whistles. I really enjoyed this match. I ain't gonna need a lot to you. They made Tyler Bates and Pete.
Peter Dune.
And they made them look strong. I mean, my goodness, they were not. You could not just take them out with one single special move. You couldn't take them out with nothing, man. They were looking strong. They were looking strong, and I really enjoyed this match. And then I was just telling my cousin when I was watching this match, and I was like, man, add on the Tiffany Stratton thing plus the Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. It was like the young guys were coming out and stepping out tonight. Like man, the young guns said, "Hey, we about to step out of y'all shadow. We about to put on a show because those three guys put on a show tonight." And I will give it up to all three of them. Tiffany Stratton, the Catch Republic, because they put on a show tonight.
Yeah, it was definitely a very good tag match. They got a lot of time out there. So like it was enjoyable. Like knew Dominic was gonna get involved too. Like you told me earlier about the referee throwing him out. Like you did this, you are out of here. Um, but like I figured Judgment Day was still gonna retain anyways. Like
Yeah,
going into this, like I knew it was gonna be a good match. Like I wasn't surprised by that. Like I knew it was gonna like you know it was gonna win, but like I said, the crowd was with it. One thing we talked about before in the past with the international crowds, obviously it's a different atmosphere and they're gonna go crazy for it because at the end of the day, like I said, they don't get all this stuff like we usually get. We always get it over here. So it's different when they go to a whole different country to do this because they don't get this stuff as much, especially in this type of setting for a pay-per-view.
and so if you end up, and then it says something about you if you don't get a reaction from this crowd. Because there was a couple of people who didn't get a reaction, and I was like, it must say something about you, my friend, because you can't get a reaction from this crowd, this super hot crowd right here, who ready to cheer anything. They a cheer a Pinkwood coming out. When we were mentioning kangaroo, they would cheer that kangaroo. Man, come on, man. If you couldn't get a reaction from this crowd, it was something going on. And it was a lot. It was some people that didn't get a reaction, bro.
Oh, you're gonna have to tell me that then. You have to tell me those people.
I
Uh,
like I say Tiffany didn't get one until she started really wrestling. Then that's what they started reacting to her when she started really wrestling. But when she was walking out, they didn't react to her at all. But I think that's all. That's all on the simple fact that she just got there. But you know what I'm saying. I don't think I can't really say too much that that she didn't get a reaction because of that. But it was one, and I think like the live didn't get one like that. It was like fake warm.
I'm not surprised by that.
You're right. It was kind of fake warm. It was like she got one. You know how those reactions like yay. They ain't really happy to see you, but whatever.
Yeah, yeah. Liv Morgan's here. Whatever.
Yeah, that's how it was to me. I really did like it was a couple of people like that. I was like, Liv, you ain't over, and you're not gonna be over. And that's how I felt. She's not gonna
Yeah.
be over. The way she won the title, that's the reason why she not over. They really messed her up how she won the title with the money in the bank and how she won the match against Ronda Rousey. That really hurt her. And
There's a
that
there's a lot I can say with Liv Morgan. That's one of the parts too. You are correct on that. But I still think like they tried to make her like she was the new Jeff Hardy, jumping off the top of things, make us believe she's crazy. Or then almost even last year in the Elimination Chamber, it's like let's try to make it like she's Steve Austin out here and like it's WrestleMania 13 and that tap out and whatnot. And it's like they try to get Liv Morgan like to some higher level, and it's not really there. But a couple people told me this. People are just really infatuated with Liv Morgan, which I can see why. And
Yeah,
and I can
pretty.
and I can use an example probably from Steven has said this before. It's like the Alexa Bliss effect in a way. White girl, decent ass. They'll go. Shit, we said that about Sky Blue. Shit, we said that about her.
Yeah, but Steven was right back then. That was like a few years ago that he said that.
But it's like
Yeah,
an example though. Like I'm just using an example.
I said he was right, and he kind of basically was like telegraphing, like this might happen in the future. And look at us now, a few years in the future, and we got a whole bunch of white girls with just decent booties, and everybody over here just going crazy for no apparent reason. Like it's like no, so it started then. You know what I'm saying? It started
Yeah,
then.
yeah. And I don't even hate Liv Morgan. I just don't think she is as great as some people try to put it her as. Like that's what my opinion on that. Some people
Not,
just go a little bit too like she is the shit all of a sudden, and like I don't
I,
see it.
I don't see it. I never will see it. And she not good. Not. I mean, I ain't say she not good. She's just not that. She's just not that, bro.
So, because that's everybody said, like, wow, they really trying to make it look strong in this elimination chamber. So, yeah, they was really trying with that. But overall, I thought the tag match was good. Obviously, Judgment Day won, and like I said, the crowd was really hot for it. And I thought Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate had a good showing out there, so it was good. I liked it. Right after that, we had Mid-Level Theory in the ring, which
Another one. All right, bingo. Oh, we got another one. He didn't get a reaction at all.
that's been like that for a minute now.
He was trying to crack that joker. They said they just looked at him with the Blake said like, boy, you all shut up. The Outback, the steakhouse joke that he was like, man, yeah, it was I went to Outback, and I was like, everybody just looked at him like, okay, that's not funny, dude. That's why he quickly like, okay, here's Grayson Waller.
But it went over like a fart in church. Like, no, no, it's not good. And like, dude, it's like mid-level and nobody really cares. Like, they just didn't care. They just didn't really react to him. Because I honestly just about to bring up the whole, with this kind between him and Waller, like what about to fight news reporters in Australia and whatnot. Like, so funny to me. It's like the same one that Waller was gonna fight is the same one Theory was about to fight. The news reporter that kept calling calling wrestling fake and he wasn't going for it. Which, I get he protected the business, but he should have just blew that dude off. Like, he wasn't worth it.
See, that's the type of stuff. Like, see, all right, cool. Man, I can see the aggression level 40 years ago. You know what I'm saying? When dude slapped the mess out of the reporter and everything.
Dr. D. David Schultz or Vader getting mad. That interview with him, Undertaker, and Vader getting up was gonna like beat up the reporter.
Oh, I see. I kind of I disagree with Vader did. You know, Vader he got the punishment. I wouldn't say that he deserved, but he didn't deserve all of that to make it say he would be big fat piece of s on on national TV. That wasn't no good punishment. That wasn't cool. But you could have gave him a little punishment because of that because he beat the mess out of that nigga for no. I mean, he grabbed that nigga tie. Do this feel fake? Do this feel fake? Oh man, Vader went in. Vader went in.
Undertaker was just sitting there like,
Dude,
uh-huh.
you see the Undertaker like, oh my goodness, oh my God, he about to kill this man. He about to kill this man. That's how the Undertaker was looking. He about to kill this man. Please, somebody come help him. Because he was gonna hurt that dude. But
Oh yeah.
the doc man, it was like he was blatant, like dude was trying to blatantly try to come at dude like you first of all, man, you just saw a wrestling match, man. And then you gonna try to come at me like, oh man, wrestling is fake. All right, pop. Okay, then. How you feel about that? Like that's the only one I really agree with. Like I said, we both agree that Austin Theory and Grayson could have walked away. I think Grayson was just trying to, I'm in my home country. You ain't about to disrespect me. You ain't about to disrespect me,
Just
man.
even
Uh,
Theory was like, "You have me come all the way out here just to disrespect me."
man, right, disrespect me. So I can see it because it's still because people don't understand. Like, man, you just don't say something like that to people, man. How would you feel if somebody just came up to you and just disrespected whatever you were do, whatever you were passionate about? You
Yeah,
just came up and just disrespected. Like, just don't do that, bro. Like, we all know it's predetermined. We've been knowing it's predetermined. You don't have to ask people. You don't even have to ask the wrestlers now if it's predetermined. So why do you even try to bring up that question? Like, yeah, no.
So like, yeah, I get what Theory did, but even I guess some say it's like it's for great content or whatnot, but it's like it's not a work, people. Like it was a shoot, but at the same time, it's like that dude wasn't worth it, and he just kind of was just stirring up stuff. Like when I saw that clip, so I go with that. But yeah, mid Theory though, this promo wasn't going for him. They brought out Waller. I know he ended up drinking up out of a shoe with what's his name Ty Tavisia, UFC fighter since now and we know it's TKO, so now they're kind of integrating, UFC and WWE stuff. We saw that Monday with Michael Chandler calling out Conor McGregor, so it looks like they're incorporating more of that now. Uh, but yeah, but like I said, not Austin Theory, but Grayson Waller, Australia, Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oi. They had Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes come out there. Obviously, they got big pops. This whole segment though, this Waller show, like I said, it's the only talking show we got through a pay-per-view, but they're out there and Australia, what do you want to talk about? Obviously they're gonna talk about Roman and The Rock. Rollins basically says he's gonna be close to being cleared again, so obviously he will make it to WrestleMania. But Cody basically calling out The Rock now for a match and don't know when it will happen in that. But now there's some questions beyond that. That was at least interesting. Like, oh, okay, he's calling out the Rock for a match. Don't know when, but we'll see. But even Seth got up and said, like, hey, I'm with you. You know how this bloodline stuff works. You know it's never one-on-one. So basically said he has his back and whatnot. And then they had Austin Theory just kind of start doing his best Rock impression, and Seth was like, "Yeah, man, that was good. You can do it. Like, come on, like do one more. It doesn't matter if you smell." And then they just beat up Theory then, and Waller just kind of like, "I ain't got nothing to do with this. I'm gonna just chill over here." And they just curb stomp his head, and that was the whole segment. It was okay. The segment wasn't bad. Like the biggest thing out of it was obviously Cody challenging The Rock, and Seth's imminent return to being cleared, so he'll make WrestleMania. The segment was
I,
okay though.
I was just looking forward to what they were going to say. I was like, all right, cool. And it seemed like we get it closer and closer to that tag match that we've been talking about. If I feel it, even when I see the commercials now, they just show us Seth and Cody and Rock and Roman, and they going face to face with each other. So I think we get it closer and closer to that tag match.
Oh yeah, I think I don't know when that tag match will be. I don't know if it'll be a WrestleMania or because not like any other pay per view coming up after Elimination Chamber in between WrestleMania. So I don't know if it will be a tag match. I still think it may be, just don't know when actually, but we'll see what happens with that. But like I said, the segment was pretty basic and obviously, they didn't beat up Waller out here. Given, I guess he's from Australia, so we can't beat him up. But yeah, Theory was just there to just get beat up, and that was kind of it. But like you said, dude was not really getting much of a reaction out there. But right after that, we had the next Elimination Chamber match. Whoever wins will get a shot at the world title against Seth Rollins. Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton, Bobby Lashley, LA Knight, Kevin Owens, and Logan Paul. Um, this was also another great match. Definitely enjoyed it. I feel like I called this thing in my head though before it even happened. Most of everything I kind of got was right in here because who they start off with? Drew McIntyre and
LA Knight.
LA Knight. They started this whole thing off because I know 3 was Kevin Owens, 4 was Lashley, 5 was Randy Orton, and then 6 was Logan Paul. Like there was a lot of good stuff in this match. Obviously, Logan Paul was taking a beating out there and damn near barely even made it into the ring because Kevin Owens already just went after him and beat him up inside the pod and threw him out the pod and threw him back in the pod. And then Lashley he speared Logan Paul through the bear like I said, the whole pod thing, and fans chanting thank you, Bobby. And you know it's one thing WWE had to keep doing throughout this whole show is like make sure they turn those sensors on because you can hear Lashley say fuck and like shit after that whole thing. They was really hitting that censor button throughout this whole show tonight for multiple segments. But
Yeah.
um, like I
That
said,
whole blackout segment with back to the tag match. It was a whole blackout segment with Dominic was getting kicked out because the whole crowd was flipping them off.
yeah, they did do. They had to go black for like a minute, and like there was like even when Logan Paul, they went to the. I think before the Elimination Chamber match even started, like Logan Paul was saying something within the pod, but they had to like literally bleep, like just hit the mute button for like damn near a whole minute. So they were really on the mute button stuff on the show today. But what it ended up with Lashley, because he did get back up after the whole spear. He tried to hit the hurt lock onto LA Knight, but LA Knight got out of it. Drew McIntyre ended up hitting him with like a Claymore kick. Because one thing they kept talking about was Lashley's arm being heavily taped. I didn't really go back and watch SmackDown, but I guess to what they said was Cross and his
Yeah, Cross
crew.
beat him up and stuff on SmackDown. Took his arm and hit it against the pole a couple of times. So that's what made it bandage up.
Okay, because they were playing into that. Because honestly, I actually thought Cross was just going to end up popping up in the chamber and then just kind of screwing Lashley out of the match so they can continue that bullshit feud that nobody cares about.
They was only go use one pop up spot, and we gonna get to him.
We'll get to that in a second. But yeah, Lashley was the first eliminated. And then right after that, well, we could get into this right now, basically, because LA Knight, he did get the he hit the blunt force trauma on Drew. Looked like he's about to get the win, but AJ Styles came out there and beat the hell out of LA Knight with a chair, and then hit the Styles Clash on him. And Drew ended up getting a pin on LA Knight. So I knew that was coming a mile away. I've been calling that for like a week or two now. Like, watch, AJ will come in and screw LA Knight, and there you go. And it happened.
So
So I knew I was going to be right about that.
that's your WrestleMania right there.
There you go. There you go. So we know that match will happen at WrestleMania. But basically right after that, Kevin Owens ended up getting eliminated then. Orton hit the RKO on him. One thing throughout this match is that they really were focusing on Randy Orton's back. Obviously, we knew he had surgery on it. That's why he was out for a long time anyways. But he was really selling his back injury, the lower back injury throughout this whole match, and basically fighting through the pain and trying to get through the whole match. So they were really playing into that. And then when it got to the final 3, it was Orton, Drew, and Logan Paul out there then. Like I said, Logan Paul barely even made it into the ring throughout all of this because he was getting beat up throughout the whole pod and stuff. But then when he pulled out the brass knuckles, and I made a joke about this. With him wearing all that gold out there, I swear to God, like, I know it wasn't green, but why did I feel like he just put on like a Green Lantern ring, was about to say the damn oath for some reason? Except it would have been part of the Yellow Lantern Corps and probably shout out whatever Sinestro shouts out. I don't know why I thought that. Like, I'm just watching that. Like, why is it like he about to recite something? Like, he's just putting on the brass knuckles real slowly and pumping his arm in the air and doing all this. And then RKO out of nowhere and he's gone.
Yeah, that was funny. I did pop for that. I was laughing for that one. That was a funny spot.
And then when he got to the final 2 then with Orton and Drew after that, Drew basically setting up with a Claymore kick, but Randy Orton can even barely stand in because of his back. And, Drew just walks over to him. And basically Orton played possum then, hit the RKO, but then I guess Logan Paul was still in the ring, knocks out Randy Orton with the brass knuckles, and then Drew just got the pin and he will go on to WrestleMania. So we all knew Drew was going to win this match. Once again, this is not a predictable thing. We all knew he was going to win this, okay? I knew Orton wasn't going to win. So they protected Orton. Like, Orton obviously looked strong. He fought through the pain with his back injury, but he ended up getting screwed over by Logan Paul in the end. So he had it out. Do I think it'll be Orton versus Logan Paul at WrestleMania? And I think maybe Kevin Owens also, since he was still beating the crap out of Logan Paul, it could be a triple threat match for the U.S. title. I'm just saying that for right now. Hey, I may be wrong about it, but that's what I kind of see happening from that. So Orton had it out. So like one thing about this match I kind of felt was that I feel like I could call the whole thing in my head of what was going to happen. Because like I said, you knew Drew was going to win, but you knew what was going to happen with everybody else that was going to either get screwed over or protected in any type of way. The most things I probably got wrong out of this was obviously the Lashley part, because I thought Cross was going to pop in, but given what they did on SmackDown, they still kind of had it out for Lashley in a way with the whole arm thing, but, it just wasn't a pop in. AJ, I knew that was coming a mile away. I knew that for a while now. Orton, they was going to find a way to make him look strong in the end and still have it out for him getting eliminated. Kevin Owens and Logan Paul, obviously, they still continue. They still continue their feud and whatnot. And one funny thing I'll say this about the whole match was we had talked about this before, and my friend Gerard brought it up. It was like, I guess someone told him, like his friend he was talking to, was that Logan Paul was gonna have to be carried throughout. He was not gonna lead this whole thing. It's like what Gerard said about what the Taylor Swift wearing the Kansas City jersey example and whatnot. That's kind of what it was. And Logan Paul is not bad in the ring. We've already discussed it before. It's just the way they play into this, and obviously the 2K rating we brought up too. Like, what is he like? He's like an overall 90, and I'm like, how?
How?
Doesn't
How?
make sense.
That baffling. It really is. It's really baffling, and there's no explanation that they could come up with that could tell me that, oh man, this is the reason why he had 90 overall. Like, no, he only had 9 matches. Like, what we basing this off of, man? Like, I don't know, man. I think I'm more feeling that overall. Mm-mm.
Because they were really playing to the WWE 2K overalls throughout a lot of matches nowadays. But I saw that Logan Paul. I'm like, 90? Like, really?
What did he do?
Yeah, like that didn't make no sense to me when I saw that. I'm like, okay, like I don't know what type of deal y'all made with him, or some type of like prime drink thing. I don't know, but I'm like 90 now. Like, all right, man, y'all kind of tripping with that. That didn't make no sense to me. But the chamber match, it was great stuff. So yeah, Drew winning, no surprise from there.
No, not at all. And like I said, you just give me what I want.
Drew versus
Man,
Seth WrestleMania. So there you go. Because obviously plans had changed when CM Punk got hurt. So, and
mhm.
the way they've been having Drew doing his heel thing right now, and still making fun of CM Punk because of his injury and all that, you knew he was gonna win this.
Hey, you heard the CM Punk chant out there?
Oh yeah, I did hear it. I did hear it. I almost forgot about that.
Mm-hmm. When he was going for the GTS, CM Punk, CM Punk. I was telling my cousin, I'm like, to be honest, with CM Punk injury, I don't think it's as bad as it is. I think he could probably come back sooner than what his comeback date is. I know his comeback date is have to be sometime in the summer, but I think he could be a little bit sooner than that because
Apparently, Punk's is 6 to 8 months.
eh, because they having him around. They have him around a lot. You know what I'm saying? That press conference with Cody with Rock slap Cody, he was there. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of stuff that he still was around and still trying to, they still incorporated him in. Like they still talk about him. They still bring up his name constantly, you know. And so I really think he could come probably that 6 months range more than that 8.
Yeah, I think Punk may be back sooner than we expect. So
Maybe
it
just when you see pictures of a boy, that boy looking like a man, like he would eat a whole bunch of weights. And I'm telling you, that boy looking good, man. He
yeah,
look jacked.
he rehabbing. He definitely rehabbing it right now. So I think he may be back sooner than we expect, though, to get payback on Drew. So I know that's gonna happen at some point. But yeah, Drew obviously will be facing Seth at WrestleMania now. But yeah, like I said, the whole CM Punk thing is still gonna play into a factor. So we just gotta wait on it. Right after that, Triple H basically told the attendants in Perth, the stadium. So they did that. And then we got to the main event of this show. Rhea Ripley versus Nia Jax for the women's title. Basically, obviously Ripley has the big home field advantage. It's in her country of Australia. So you knew she was going to main event this show. Anybody saw this coming. I knew it was going to main event it. So Ripley obviously was going to be a big deal here. The match itself, honestly, it was good. Like, it was a good match. Like, it wasn't spectacular enough. And like, I get why they main evented with Ripley and them, but it was a good match. Like, they've made Nia Jax look strong ever since she came back. I'll give credit. She hasn't hurt anybody yet. I'll say yet for a reason. But Nia Jax has looked good in her recent run. And like I said, it was a good match. Ripley won. It's not really a lot to say from this. Like I said,
I felt too. I felt the same way too when we were when me and my cousin were watching the match, and I was telling him, I'm like, I think this will be probably our least talked about topic because it really wasn't much to talk about. All right, yeah, they had her look strong, they made her look strong. Okay, Rhea Ripley came back and then Rhea won. It was like it wasn't really too much, nothing to talk about. Rhea got to celebrate with her family. You got to see little Rhea. Her little sister right next to her. That's what we call little Rio, because that's how she looked when, when she first came to the when she first came around with that women made young women classic. I swear, you ain't see the little shorty that was on the side of Rhea Ripley, the little
uh,
blonde haired girl.
who was that?
That was her little sister, and I
Oh
was
yeah,
telling,
I guess because her family. Yeah, her family was right there.
I was telling my little cousin, I was like, man, hey man, she looked like Rhea when she when she first came around with that make young women classic.
Oh yeah, yeah. When Rhea was blonde, and I remember people call Rhea like a Charlotte clone almost.
Yeah, I swear, man. I like, man, Shorty looked just like her. I knew that was her sister right off the back. Like, oh, yeah, look at her. She looked just like her. Man, it was cool to see her celebrate with her family. You could tell the genuine, like, man, she happy. She was mostly happy throughout the whole match. She broke character like 5,000 times.
Yeah, the home field advantage. But yeah, like the match though, like it was okay. It was good. And like I said, me and Shaggy, we was talking about it earlier. Like, here's the thing, like they did what they needed to do, and Nia did also. And we talked about in the past about Rhea Ripley's challengers and whatnot, and who's been really credible throughout this whole title run. Because we've talked about this several times. And Nia has been a credible challenger and whatnot. It's just the thing is that you booked this match too close to WrestleMania now, and it made it obvious who obviously was going to win this match. Like, come on, we saw this coming a mile away, and given in Australia too, this made it even more obvious and whatnot. But it was a good match. Like, it it wasn't bad. It did what it needed to do. And Ripley obviously looked over strong. But like, going through Ripley's whole title reign, you look at the challengers they've put in front of her. Either a lot of them haven't been credible, or just none you don't really believe in. And Ripley was gonna win. And now, given this close to Mania, she was gonna win here. She's obviously gonna face Becky at WrestleMania. So there you go. So, like I said, give credit what credit's due. They built up Nia really well. They made her look very, very strong and whatnot. But like I said, it was a good main event. This match wasn't really nothing to write home about. It's just the crowd atmosphere in Australia, and it's Ripley, and she's from here, and they tried to make it a big deal. But the match was okay to good at best, to be honest.
And like, I think now us as a fans need to pay attention to how people are built. Now, I think that's what we need to start paying attention to, because that's how we can tell who gonna have that dominant reign and who is not. Like with you saw Bianca, how her reign became, it was basically the challenger of the week. We did didn't believe anybody could beat Bianca until she got to Becky, and then we believed that Becky could have won, but it didn't make no sense, and that she didn't win. And that's how it is with Rhea right now. It's like Rhea been built so dominant. You get what I'm saying? That she, you know, that we just automatically like, man, she gonna win. She gonna win. It's like it doesn't matter who it is. It could be Raquel Gonzalez. It's like, man, she still gonna win. You know?
And I think we said that in the past too in several other reviews. We said that back in Survivor Series with when she went against Zoe Stark. We talked about when she did go against Raquel, and I think that was at like what Fastlane or something like that. And even the crowd didn't really care because it's like you knew who was gonna win. Like we knew what was gonna happen. It wasn't really a lot of credible challenges because Ripley basically went through everybody on Raw. And the people she kind of went through on Raw, they weren't really the most credible challengers. Like they tried to build them up into something, but she basically just went right through them like it was nothing. Like that, like that's it. And you didn't. It's like okay, Ripley's gonna win. You know what's gonna happen. So at least credit here, like I said, at least they made Nia Jax look like a credible opponent. Because even I think I said many months ago, it's like, well, they probably need more giant women to fight Ripley, and they end up finding another giant woman. Like I
That-
said, why did they hire her back? Even though we've all questioned why they hired her back in the past already, but I'm like, well, she has the size, so there you go.
yeah, she made Rhea Ripley definitely looked strong jumping out of Nia Jax special move because nobody jumped out of Nia Jax special move since she came back. So once she jumped out of there, I was like, oh man, definitely she definitely looking strong. Cause everybody been swashed with that whole move, no pun intended, but but yeah, she basically beat everybody with that move, and then Rio kicked out. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
she put her like through a table before, and like I know the table didn't break, but then did like an elbow through the table, and then go and hit a finisher.
and still kicked out. I'm like, oh shit, this girl here. They booking her to the max. Like man, she is booked to the max. So we got Rhea versus Becky out of this. Basically, the Elimination Chamber was a great setup for WrestleMania, like it's always been. So we got a great setup for matches, especially in that mid Elimination Chamber. That we set up actually three matches out of there. You know, the winner of the chamber went on to go face Seth. Now we got the two other matches, LA Knight versus AJ Styles, and then we got a possible triple threat match. We don't know. It possibly can happen. You know, we really
That's true.
ready to do. And like, what is Randy going to do?
That is true. That's a good question. But you are right on what you said. Like, Elimination Chamber, like I said, it was a good show. It obviously set up matches for WrestleMania. Like I said, as predictable as this show was, it was very good. Like I said, I think the whole Australia atmosphere and the stadium thing, give it a bigger presence because I called this Elimination Chamber is literally this is a B level pay-per-view. It's just we're just trying to make it look big by adding a stadium to it, even though it's a fucking B level show, and really still was at the end of the day. Like I said, this wasn't a great show. This was still a good show, but it was still enjoyable, nonetheless. Like I said, the Elimination Chamber matches, obviously, because it's the Elimination Chamber pay per view. Like I said, the tag title match was pretty good too. The talking segment, with Waller and Cody and Seth and them, it did what it did, so it's not much to say about that. And fans was just happy to see Cody and Seth. But the main event though was probably maybe like you said, probably the weakest thing to really talk about here. Yeah, they made it look like a big deal, but overall it was just a good match. Nothing really to write home about. It was good. That was just kind of it. It was just all about Ripley and Australia and the home country and all of that. That's all that really was about. But like just from the overall standpoint of the match, it was just like, all right, there you go. There's your main event. That's it. So like I said, I get why it main evented, but like it was an okay good match. It wasn't all that.
Yeah, yeah. What your what our overall thoughts is?
This wasn't a long, like I said, this is a 4-match show, and if you count the pre-show, that's a 5-match show. But it was really a 4-match show and a talking segment. That's all it really was. That's literally all it really was. Because this show was like what, maybe 3.5 hours, if I'm not mistaken. I think I'm not really sure, but I wasn't about to wake up at 4 in the morning for this. I'm not doing that. But this show is basically kind of easy to get through. That's all it really was. So like it was a good show. Like that's how I put it. I know you said overall grade. I'd probably give it a B.
Yeah, me too.
Solid B.
Like you said, it was a good show, not a great show. So a B would be it. Yeah, not a bad. Like I said, I did have fun watching it. And so yeah, a B. I would most definitely say that.
Basically a B level pay. Like I said, it was a B level pay per view, and it got a B. So there you go. Like it's like I said, it's the Elimination Chamber, and I know it's important, but it was still a B level show, and it's like what I talked about the Elimination Chamber earlier. Like I said, the matches were great. Like I'm not going against them at all, but we already talked about how the Elimination Chamber is different than what it was years. It's come on, it's not like nobody bleeds throughout this thing anymore as it is anyway. So you're not gonna get the destruction as it once was in the past. Like nobody bled here, but it was still good at the same time. But I do feel like with the Elimination Chamber, even I would at least expect someone to bleed, given the vicious nature of inside of that steel structure. But it's different nowadays, I guess. So, but then again, we knew that a few years ago once they changed the whole design. But like I said, overall, it was a good show. So that's how I would put it.
Yeah, like I would definitely agree. No disagreement over here, sir.
So yeah, it is what it is, and yeah, like I said, good show, and obviously WrestleMania will be next or whatever. Well, it's not like it's any other pay per view until WrestleMania, anyways. But if we do come back and review another pay per view, we got Revolution next week, so we'll see what happens there.
Yeah, and I would definitely will. I definitely will review that with you. You know, so yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
we'll
be back.
see.
I'll be back again.
We'll see how that goes. But yeah, overall, yeah, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at Hooded Night 890, and yeah, there you go. You got anything to plug before we go?
Nah, just follow me on Twitter, and straight face 40. So yeah, most definitely. That's it.
All right. Well, other than that, see y'all later. We out. Peace.